Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into some really practical wisdom from the book, The Jesuit Guide to Almost Everything, and seeing how it can help us navigate, our crazy, busy, modern lives. So, the book kicks off with this feeling that, let's be honest, a lot of us can relate to. It's this inner emptiness, this sense that something's missing, and we're just constantly scrambling to fill that void, right? You tell yourself, if I just get that promotion, or once I buy that house, then I'll finally feel complete. But even when you get those things, that feeling of incompleteness, it just kind of sticks around. The goalposts just keep moving, don't they? And it's not just a feeling of emptiness, is it? It's being totally overwhelmed. The author has a great word for it, being swamped. You're pulled in a million different directions, and you're just struggling to find a clear path forward. Now, here's the wild part. In ancient order, the Jesuits, they actually came up with a framework for all this stuff centuries ago. And these guys weren't like monks locked away from the world. No way. They were courtiers, astronomers, even sheep farmers and scientists. They were masters of being both spiritual and practical, deeply involved in how the world actually works. So what was their big secret? Well, it all starts with their first tool. And it's a surprisingly simple technique for finding meaning, not in some grand future, but right here in the small, everyday moments that we usually just overlook. It's a practice called the examine. And really, all it is a way to do a mental review of your day. It's not about judging yourself, but about intentionally looking back to see what was really there. As you can see, the examine is this structured 5-step process. You start with what you're grateful for, then you walk through your day. No judgment. You notice where you might have fallen short, you ask for and give forgiveness, and then you look to tomorrow. Just doing this consistently starts to show you the real patterns of your life. Honestly, try it for just a week. See what you find. It reminds me of that famous line from the play Our Town, where Thornton Wilder asks this huge question. And the examine, well, it's kind of a direct answer. It's a tool to help you actually realize life while you're living it. There's this amazing story in the book where the author leads a group of actors through this exact exercise. Afterwards, one of them, who wasn't even particularly religious, had this incredible moment of clarity. He just said, I never knew that my yesterday was so beautiful. He'd lived the whole day, but he hadn't really seen it until then. Okay, let's move on to the next big idea. This one tackles something that's a huge source of that swamped feeling for so many of us. This relentless pressure to have more, do more, and be more. Think about it. We almost never stop to think about what our stuff really costs us. It's not just the price tag. It's all the time we spend shopping for it, cleaning it, fixing it, storing it, even just comparing it to other people's stuff. All that time gets stolen from the things that actually matter. And the book lays out these two totally different paths in life. On one side, you've got the world's way, this constant climb for more riches, more honors, more pride, upward mobility. But on the other side, there's the Jesuit path of detachment. And that doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means finding this profound freedom from needing those things to feel like you're enough. And this is where it gets kind of counterintuitive, right? This idea of having less actually leads to more satisfaction. In fact, there are 3 big reasons why this paradox works. First off, you get your time back. Simple as that. Second, you step off that treadmill of constantly comparing yourself to others. And third, when you free yourself from needing everything, you find you're actually way more satisfied with what you already have. Okay, so once your mind is a little clearer and you're not so attached to stuff, the next Jesuit tool helps with something that paralyzes almost all of us, making decisions. The Jesuits have this concept called discernment. It's basically the art of spotting the mental traps that keep us feeling stuck. The book talks about this gnawing anxiety that's like a red flag, telling you you're probably caught in one of these loops. The first one is a classic, the what-if trap. Oh man, this is where your brain just goes into overdrive, spiraling into all the worst-case scenarios about a future you can't possibly control. What if I fail? What if they hate it? It's a total dead end, and it just freezes you in place. And then there's its evil twin, the if-only trap. This is the one that chains you to the past, making you replay all your regrets. If only I'd said that, or if only I'd chosen the other path. It's another dead end because, well, you can't change the past. So how do you get out of these traps? Well, the Jesuit approach is pretty simple. You just let things settle. The author uses this perfect analogy of scooping up cloudy water from a stream. At first, it's all murky, you can't see a thing. But if you just let it sit for a while, the dirt settles to the bottom and the water becomes crystal clear. And all of this, it kind of brings us to the final big takeaway. The goal here isn't to escape your life or find some secret key. It's actually about diving deeper into the life you already have. To really drive this home, there's this fantastic little story, a parable, from an Indian Jesuit named Anthony de Mello. It's about a young fish who's on this great epic search. He swims up to an older, wiser fish with a really important question. And the older fish's answer? It's so simple and so profound. He just says, "The ocean is the thing you are in now." The very thing the little fish is searching for is all around him. It's the water he's breathing. But here's the real kicker of the story. The young fish is so fixated on his idea of what the ocean should be that he totally misses the point. He dismisses his reality as just water and swims off, still searching for something he already possesses. And that really is the heart of it all, isn't it? It leaves you with this powerful question. What if this constant, frantic search for a more meaningful life is the very thing that prevents us from experiencing it? What if the goal isn't to find something new, but to finally learn how to see what's been here all along?